So you want to know what happened to me this morning?
Sure.
I woke up, and I don't know about you, but I don't sleep with pants on usually. Usually it's just like panties or just nothing. And I woke up this morning, and I happened to just catch a glimpse of my ass in the mirror, and I went, damn, my ass looks good. And I don't know, it just put me in a good mood, like, for the rest of the day. Like, my ass is, like, looking so good right now. Welcome back to the Gemini Archives, everyone. Welcome back. I'm having a good ass day.
I wish I was. I think I am.
You're having a bad foot day.
Yeah, here's what happened. I was in the shower taking care of, my cleanliness, as you do.
As one does.
And I dropped a razor on my foot, and it cut through the first 3 layers of my skin.
Ouch.
So I'm like, great. And it was so bad I almost passed out in the shower. So that was fun.
Lauren.
I know. It's it's so bad.
I know. I'm looking at... Well, I looked at it before.
Well, I changed... It's better now.
Okay, because it was like...
It was red before.
It looked like you got shot through the foot.
Yeah, I thought I hit like an artery or something. I don't think you have those in your foot.
Yes.
Yes,
you do. You have arteries and veins in every part of your body.
I thought I like hit something major because I was like, Jesus.
Well, where is it?
Like,
yeah, you did.
Oh, good. Is that why I was bleeding?
Yes.
Great. I could have bled out in the shower.
Did you hit it over the vein or whatever?
I don't...
Here, hold on. We're going to take a look. See where the red is?
That's...
So, like, here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, good. I did not realize that was like...
Yes.
Well, I could have bled out in the shower today.
Yes. We need to be careful next time.
I know.
Trust me, I've done stupid things. I still have a scar on my shin from when I was shaving and I just wasn't paying attention. And I literally took off, as you put it, the first 3 layers of my
yeah,
skin.
that's what it was.
It hurt. Well, I think it was like 7 layers. It was so deep. It looked like I got fucking like... Stabbed or something.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I'm like, why?
My God.
Why? I was like 12.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't want to admit that I didn't know what I was doing, so I just put 17 Band-Aids over it. And then I remember, like, I was at school and, like, the Band-Aids, like, shifted and, like, blood was, like, all over my pant leg because it was still bleeding. And I had to go to the nurse, and she's like, what happened? I'm like, I cut myself shaving. She's like, that is not from shaving. That is from gouging yourself. And I'm like, no, I used it. I had a dull razor. It was probably dull. I'm assuming it was.
No, this is a new razor.
No, I meant mine.
Oh.
No, I know. Yours, I trust me.
No, it was brand new. It was just sharp as hell. It's like, Jesus.
So, yeah, I cut my legs all the time while I shave.
I know, but usually it's just like little like nicks, like little spots, like whatever.
Yeah, I know. No matter what I do, no matter what product I use, the thing, say goodbye to nicks and cuts
and
like
razor burn and all this. It's like, no, it's still going to come through because I have fat thighs. And when you have fat thighs, you cut yourself all the time.
I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just we have sensitive skin.
And fat thighs.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
There's a lot more, surface area to cut. If that makes sense.
That is true.
Especially the inner thighs.
I wish stuff like Nair actually worked. I mean, it kind of does, but not really.
Well, yeah, but you can't really put it on your inner thighs and, like, bikini line and everything.
Yeah, you can.
But you have to get the right kind.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I just wish, like, it actually... Because we're Italian. Hi, hello.
Yes.
We're
in Lebanese.
Yeah, we'll just say half Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And when you got hair like that, it's really thick and it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, no matter what you do, it's like, I'm just going to be a Yeti for the rest of my life.
I'm going to be a fucking chia pet. No
matter how much you cut it, it always grows back.
Yeah, literally.
I hate it. So, yeah, I'm constantly shaving and like, I just cut myself all the time. My legs are not okay.
I know, neither are mine. Like, they're soft. Girl, they are soft as fuck right now. But, like, they hurt after, like, the first day I shave and everything. And especially when you have a condition that we have. It's like, you kind of have to shave all the time.
Well, I wish, because I see people use that hard wax stuff that you spread it on and then you just peel it off. Do you think that would do you think we could do that?
Probably.
I want to try that. I'm no stranger to wax.
Me either.
So I'll try it.
I literally have a bruise on my arm from getting waxed.
Ow. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Ow.
There she is.
There she is.
And all for glory.
I'm sure everybody is riveted, by the way.
I know. Talking about her body hair. We have it, so.
Look, every woman has body hair. Sorry. Sorry to bum you out. Sorry I'm human.
Yes. Sorry, I was sitting on something.
You okay there?
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry that happened to your foot.
That's okay.
We're going to do something exciting today. I feel like I always say that. It's just like, we're going to do something exciting or depressing. There's no in between with us.
There literally isn't. It's either our shows are hilarious or they're serious.
Well, hilarious is a strong word. That's subjective. Some people might not think it's funny.
I think we're funny. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's true.
If you don't think I'm funny, then why are you listening?
True. Press 1 if you think Lauren and I are funny.
Christ.
No, but really, we're going to talk about something today that I've been wanting to talk about for a while.
And we teased it last time, too.
Yes, because I've been obsessed with this particular thing. I'm sure they already saw the episode name. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about salad fingers.
Yes.
Ow. Sorry.
My toe.
Fuck.
God damn it. My feet.
Watch. Lauren, you're not going to have feet by the end of today.
I watch. You ran into me, motherfucker.
You literally are, your legs are all the way out here.
They are not. I'm to the side.
Well, now you're to the side. You weren't before. So we're going to talk about salad fingers.
Yes.
And I have loved salad fingers since
we watched it since high school.
Middle school.
2008.
2004.
Really?
Right. Hold on. I'm going to do some research really quick. But
we probably should have wrote that down.
I didn't even bother to look. Hold on. Let me see when the first episode came out.
I thought it was... Oh, maybe I'm thinking like the older episodes. I could have
there are some that came out... Then, let me see, 12 years ago. So what was 12 years ago? Oh, it was 2007. Oh, you're right. Why did I think it was so far back?
I don't know.
Okay.
So 2007. We were both wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, high school for us.
I remember when it first came out and everybody was saying spoons are orgasmic or whatever, because that was like one of the few things he said in the first
the rusty
episode.
spoons.
The rusty spoons. And I remember you go in a Hot Topic, there was like 1,000 rusty spoon fucking things.
Yeah.
And it's just like... I remember I was like, what is this?
I know. Because, like, we were familiar with, like, Charlie the Unicorn and, like...
and this is very similar to, like, if anyone remembers Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, it's very... Like,
and that, the squirrel, what's his name?
Foamy?
Oh, yeah, Foamy.
Foamy.
But maybe not as... Foamy's a little more, like, lewd, but...
Yeah.
Kind of in the same ballpark,
I mean,
say.
Salad Fingers literally, like... rubbed what was it on his nipples and had what are they called? I can't think of the name. The plant.
Oh,
the nettles.
The nettles.
Yeah, because I just remember I had never seen anything like that before. Because I've seen like Tim Burton-y type stuff, which is more like whimsical than anything. But like this was straight up fucking weird. So we're gonna go into it in a little while. But before we do that. We also talked about in the last episode about the Caramelldansen video. It's back up now.
Well, no, it was the English version. I was looking at the original. The original video that's in Swedish, surprisingly, that song is from Sweden, and it sounds like it's straight up Japan. The comments on that video are off, but the English one... has comments, so I was like, that's where I saw them.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong place, but like, the fucking comments on this video.
I mean, Lauren pulled some up, but if you want to go read through the entire thing, we'll put the link.
Yeah.
So you can
go look through these comments. They are fucking hysterical. And like before, because I'm going to read some of these, I screenshotted a lot of them because they had me rolling on the floor. But before I do, just watch it one time, just so you have the vision in your head of what this fucking obscene ass music video looks like. So,
Lauren,
my God, I know. Like, I keep coughing.
you
lately.
need some emergency.
I need the Lord, honestly.
I need God. I need Christ.
I need a miracle. Anyway, so I've got to read some of these on here because, like, I was howling. So, hold on. We'll give, like, a 10-second pause to go watch the video and just have it, like, in your head. And then I will read these. Okay, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Here we go. Now that you have that beautiful dancing image in your head of these, like,
Adorable little Swedish girls.
yeah.
That are... Never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to get into it.
Okay. This one says the red bitch ain't got no spine. Not after this. The red one went hard as fuck, though. Let's be real.
The red bitch.
This one is like, no one, not a single soul. That one introvert kid in his imagination.
Well, okay. We all want to know what that one quiet kid was actually thinking about. It's either they're going to shoot up the school,
Yeah.
or it's this.
Yeah.
There is literally no in
There's
between.
no in between with that. It's so funny. DJ at the club. Anyone got a song request? Me.
Could you imagine going into like a legit nightclub and just hearing that?
Oh my God.
You would lose your collective shit.
I would absolutely freak the fuck out.
You and KJ both. Hi, KJ. I hope you're listening
Hey,
to this.
dude.
Because you two love to torture the absolute shit out of me with this song.
No, listen. He has my back in that it's a really good bop. Like, the biggest bop. I fuck hard with that song.
You two are ridiculous.
I mean, I annoy my boyfriend with it sometimes. I'm like, I put on Caramelldansen, and he's like,
Well, at least he's on my side. And thinking, Jesus Christ, I want to kill myself while listening to
I'm
this.
torturing you both in the car one day.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna blare it. Would you get a 100 on the drug test without even studying?
Amazing.
Oh my God.
No, what's the best one, though?
Oh, I'll read it when it comes
Okay, the one that made us cry.
up. My parents, she's probably watching something bad. What I'm watching. It's like this video.
Honestly, it's true, because our parents did that to us when we were younger. They were like, I don't want you watching any of those inappropriate, and we literally were just watching, like, The Amazing Horse.
Literally.
On loop for 10 hours.
Oh my, does anyone else remember Amazing Horse? Look at my horse is amazing. And then he sticks his dick out.
I mean, I guess that was kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it was a cute horse, though.
Yeah, and a cartoon dick. It wasn't a real one.
It was derpy.
Listen, I saw a horse dick before I saw, like, an actual dick as a child. So,
Really?
yes.
Right, we did.
Yeah.
That happened. Okay. We were like, what is that?
It's like Jesus.
It's like as big as me.
It's a tree trunk. Nobody, literally no one, Japan when it's New Year's.
That's literally just you at 3 a.m.
Yep.
Just like I walk by your door and that's all I hear, like muffled in the distance. And just strobe lights. That video killed me, by the way.
What a fucking, oh yeah. That shit made me laugh so hard. Who sent me? I think KJ actually sent me that
Yeah,
video.
he did.
Yeah. So funny.
It's like a video of someone like in an apartment building like across the street, and all they see in one like single window is just a bunch of flashing lights.
Oh my
And just Caramelldansen playing off in the distance.
That was literally me in the shower like a couple weeks ago.
I was so annoyed. So annoyed.
Y'all are just gonna have to live with it. I have to wake myself up somehow.
There are other songs that exist, Lauren.
I'm gonna go to the next comment. Oh yeah, this is a good one. The 0.1% of bacteria that survives your hand sanitizer.
This is why we said you have to watch the video before you fucking read these comments because otherwise it won't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fucking great. Just the visual with it.
Me sleeps peacefully. My sleep paralysis demon in my dream.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
Oh, here's a good one. Drug commercials. Side effects include death, organ failure, heart problems, kidney failure, breathing problems, constipation, low blood pressure, vomiting, diarrhea, and nausea. People in the commercial.
Is that not the truth? It's like they list off like, this could result in death, and it's someone like kayaking.
Yeah.
You're like... It's like, what the fuck?
Kayaking, playing croquet,
climbing a mountain, like doing shit. It's like, that's how you're actually gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, stay inside.
I know. Me, after I drink one sip of McDonald's Sprite.
Okay, though.
Okay, but listen. That shit is so sugary.
Ugh. I want to go to McDonald's and get a Sprite. I've been dying for a McDonald's Sprite.
Oh my god. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's the comment.
Oh god.
The Titanic sinks. All the uncooked shrimp. Just imagine like 150,000 shrimp just dancing, like doing the caramel dance
simultaneously. It's like me doing 120 consecutive sun salutations. See how I brought that shit back from many moons ago?
If you haven't listened to that episode, I don't know which one it was.
I think it was the episode where we read like our old like profile things.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
That shit put me over the edge. I was laughing so hard.
We literally had to go take a break because Lauren couldn't stop.
I could not stop laughing. Oh, here's a good one. Me accidentally holds an app. The other apps. Just dancing about like that.
I think of that every time I do that now. Oh my god.
Me and the boys pretending to be girls on Club Penguin.
Oh my god.
That was like... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. That was from a few months ago. So funny.
I thought Club Penguin was dead now.
It is.
We've talked about Club Penguin way too much on this fucking podcast.
We have. We never even played it.
I've never even gone on there once.
Oh, my last brain cells when I'm in the shower.
Oh my god. Okay, I think that's good.
Hold on. Let me just see. Oh, one more.
Oh god.
Kid drowning in chocolate. The Oompa Loompas. Dancing.
Oh my god. I want to see the Oompa Loompas do the caramel dancing. Now that I would watch.
Yeah, me too.
But
and
like,
not the original ones, but the Johnny Depp Oompa Loompas.
Yes.
Those creepy little like, what are they? You know? It's
dudes.
Like, yeah, it's like one guy, but there's like a million of him.
And I don't want them to dance to the actual caramel dancing. I want them to dance like that to like the Oompa Loompa song.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god.
That would be ridiculous.
I would be rolling on the floor.
Someone that has more time and is more technologically advanced than me, make that video.
Please.
Please. I would appreciate it.
Email it to us at thegeminiarchives@gmail.com.
I'll pay you in hugs. I don't have any money right now.
Hugs and food. I can do that.
Or like maybe if you play your cards right, I'll show you a titty, but not really.
Not mine. Mine are off limits. Enjoy Megan's.
Whatever. Oh my god. Well, I think we're gonna go to a break.
I think that's a great idea.
That was an absurd 20 minutes. I think. I don't even know how long it was.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I just love reading comments like that, though.
Yeah, I hope to Christ that the audio doesn't cut out this time.
Ugh, I will be so angry.
I'll cut if it cuts out during the favorite comment part. I'm gonna be so annoyed.
I am too.
I'm gonna be so annoyed. So I'm gonna put on a song. I was gonna do it last week, but I had another song planned, and I'm not gonna. I know we've been putting in like full songs. Mm-hmm. I cannot put in the full version of the song. It is 17 minutes long.
Yeah, you guys. There's just some songs we cannot put the full version.
Yeah,
of.
But if you want to listen to the full version, you can buy the CD somewhere. It exists online. Go find it. It's Inhuman Form. It's 3 songs, this album, right?
Well, one of them is 17 minutes.
The other one's like 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't know how long the other one. It's like a 3 song album.
Oh my God.
And I've listened to it like 1,000 times already. It's so fucking good. So I'm going to put that in. I don't know which song yet. Oh wait, no, I just said.
The 17-minute one.
The 17-minute, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. You'll see it. It's there.
Yes.
So I'm putting that, I'll put in a couple minutes of it anyway. So, sorry. If you want to listen to the whole thing, go buy it.
Please.
Go give them your money.
Take all of my money.
Take it all. So, yeah, I'm going to put that in.
Gonna do that shit.
But the song you're going to put in later, which we'll talk about when we get there, I'm putting the whole damn thing.
Yeah, that we could put in the whole one of that.
Yeah, I wish I could put in the whole album, honestly, because we've been listening to it non-stop.
I know.
But
it's single-handedly carrying us through a seasonal depression.
Single-handedly.
That in FM84's Atlas.
Right. Which we've played on here before. I don't know what it, like, in the summer, all I listen to is black metal, and then, like, in the winter, I have to listen to happy music because I'm depressed.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
It's so weird.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Although this is technically black metal, but, like, whatever.
It's like you would think you'd want to listen to more black metal in the winter. Well, we just did. We listened to Bathory yesterday.
We did.
So...
Me and Lauren, like, listened to Bathory's entire discography, basically.
We did, and just ate dinner.
Yeah.
Like, we made a meal and just... No, we had Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lied about that.
We got a meal.
We got a meal and just, like... We got, like, $40 worth of Taco Bell and just ate it and listened to Bathory yesterday.
Was it really that much?
Yeah, something like... We got a lot of food.
Damn, I was hungry.
Dude, I can't eat fast food anymore because, like... Oh, my God. It gives me... All right, we're just gonna go there. Like, y'all know me as a person by now. Like, it gives me the farts like you wouldn't believe.
Chris always referred to it as butt trumpet.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a foghorn, like, fly off the seat practically. My God.
Lauren's like, you have to leave the room. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why? She's like, just go.
Well, because you came in here and I sneezed and farted at the same time. It was awful.
I forgot about
You were cry laughing. I was like so embarrassed. I lived with you pretty much my whole life, and it's like I shouldn't be embarrassed by that, but for some reason we're like really weird about it now.
Whatever.
It's just like, sorry.
You'd think we'd be better about it.
I just don't want people to know like I could smell sometimes, you know?
Who cares, though? I know we're so weird about it, but I'm like, who actually gives a shit?
I know.
Like, if that's what really bothers you, you need to get your priorities straight. But anyway,
Yes.
yeah. So I'm gonna put in Inhuman Form. I don't think this is on their Bandcamp. If you Google the album, it should come up. ? I did not prepare for this very well.
Well,
There's a website where you could buy the fucking CD. And just be prepared because it's from a label in like Poland or something.
Yeah.
So it'll take a lifetime to get to you if you live in the US. But it's worth it when it shows up. Well, because they declared that mine was lost.
oh yeah,
And
but
I
it showed up.
Yeah, so I got refunded and then it showed up anyway, which is blessed. So I basically got it for free.
Yeah.
But
What a blessed day.
yeah, that was a good day. So I'm going to put in couple minutes of this song, and when we come back we're going to talk about one of my favorite things in the world. I'm so excited because we always talk about, you know, weird creepy things. We're going to keep up with that this year, I think.
Yeah. We're still riding that creepy train of just weird internet stuff.
Well, people just love this shit. People go on the internet solely for shit like this, I feel like, or to go on social media and bitch about politics.
I literally just watched a creepy video the other day from Nexpo, Nightmare Expo.
Ooh, tell us when we come back because
Okay.
I love
Okay, deep tease for when we come back.
what is it?
A deep tease.
Deep tease.
Yeah.
Am I just getting old? Like, it took me a minute to realize what the fuck you were saying. Jesus Christ, this is how it starts. Do you see a gray? I feel a gray coming.
I actually have a gray hair right, like in my root. You can't see it, but like I'll show you when we turn this off in a second.
Okay.
It's just one tiny gray. So,
all right. We'll be right back.
Be right back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
Hope you enjoyed that. Partially good.
Partially good?
But, no, wait, I said that wrong. Partial bit of goodness. There we go.
Thanks.
That is in human form.
Yes.
Not partially good. They're all the way good. They've reached maximum good.
I just got paid.
Just got paid. Sorry.
And I'm very happy about it. I have a little bit of money. I'm not as broke now. So this is exciting.
Like probably 0.5% less broke.
Yep. I said a little bit.
That is a little bit.
It's like this much.
It's a wee bit.
Yes. It's like this much. See?
Hold on. I'm
that
like
big.
not even. Here we
Lauren, get on the mic.
I'm on it. Are you gonna sneeze?
No, I was gonna burp, but
you were gonna like shoo me away like a werewolf changing,
I was transforming.
Yeah.
So
salad fingers.
So salad fingers, Mr. Fingers.
Yes.
And it's funny because I don't know too many people that are like very familiar with salad fingers.
It's very niche. It was very like early YouTube type stuff.
Yeah. So it was like
it was like a Charlie the Unicorn. Or like, what is it? I can't think of the name.
Well, it's stuff like that, just like popular, like, like the Power Thirst videos.
Oh, that's it. Power Thirst.
Yeah.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Yeah. I know. We're twins, Lauren.
Yes.
I know everything you're thinking. So yeah, it was like early YouTube. And what I really like about the first few episodes is that they're really short and they're kind of crude.
Yeah, between like 2 and 4 minutes.
So like the animation style of it is it's not as like polished and like high def as it is. Because if you look, there's 11 episodes currently as we're doing this. I think there's a 12th coming because I followed the guy that made his name is David Firth. And I follow him on Instagram, and he has a Patreon now, and people have been like giving him money, so now he can make stuff like this.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why he put out new episodes. It's because people are funding it.
Yeah, and like they
he
wanted
didn't have the
back.
money.
Yeah, and because I don't know if anyone really knows what like animating entails. I kind of know, like very little, but like it's a lot of work.
All I know is it takes a lot of money and a lot of time.
Yeah. Like, even just for those, that's why the first few episodes are only like a couple minutes long. Because that's
all he could afford.
Yeah, they took so long to make. And now their last one, I think it was like 13 minutes long.
Yeah, 13, 14 minutes.
And
it came out literally last year.
Yeah. And it's so detailed, and there's a lot to it. There's like an arc to this one, because sometimes, like some of the episodes, and we'll get more into it in a minute, some of the episodes are just like quick little... like
just like stories,
like little snippets.
There really isn't like a consistent story going on,
so they're like comics basically. So like, you know, like a comic's only like how many frames? It's like 4, 5, 6 at most. So it was the first, I'd say like the first 4 or 5 are kind of like that, even though they do get progressively longer as the series goes on. But what I really love about Salad Fingers is how vague it is, because it makes people think and speculate, like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
And then you have, like, the liberty to just kind of form your own. Because David Firth, nothing that I could find anyway specifically, he never came out and outwardly said or explained anything that was going on in these videos.
Right.
So he keeps it vague. He keeps his own life vague. We don't even really know who he is.
It's like the Portal lore and everything, like very vague. Like there's clues, but it's not very like in your face.
There's the channel we've referenced before that also did the theory for Local 58 Film Theory, also did Salad Fingers, and we'll link that. So if you want to watch it,
he did a couple videos on it. Actually, I'll link whatever I can find, and he goes more into depth and like pulls ideas or whatever.
And he actually uses dates and like historical references and stuff to kind of figure out a setting. And from what and I'll just say it if you don't feel like watching the video, he's thinking like around World War I time.
Yeah.
Like the 30s.
In the newer episodes, he kept referring to the Great War. So, you know, naturally you're like, oh, he was like a veteran. You know?
And then his brother, and there's an episode called Kenneth. And it's his brother returning from the war, from the trenches. Yeah. It's the only trench warfare is from World War I. So that's pretty obvious, you know. And then there was other things too, like he sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow in an episode. That's from the 30s. Yeah. You know, things like that. So, and then he made a reference to Horace Horsecollar. Oh, who was the horse in the old Steamboat Willie. Yep. Like cartoons, which are from the 30s. So it's got to be around the 30s. Yeah. There's a lot of hints dropped, you know, so it's around that time. And
yeah, you don't really see a lot of technology or anything.
Yeah, like I think the most advanced thing we saw was like the radio. Yeah. Listening to a radio program that was popular back then. So
and like a stove, and that's pretty much it. There's no like technology or anything.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah, so we're thinking it's like takes place around the 30s.
Yeah, I agree with that in the theory, at least.
I do too.
But then he gets more into depth about the psychology behind him, because it's like, what is he? Yeah. You know, and like,
because if you see Salad Fingers, he doesn't look like a person.
He's like a humanoid kind of person.
He's got like the fingers, you know. He's got 3 long fingers on each hand. And they're really, like, hairy for some reason. Like, they look hairy. Yeah. And, like...
they're, like, sensitive. He said that he could pick up frequencies and, like, energy with them. And, like, information is how he put it.
Right. And he always likes to rub things that are rusted. Because it feels good. And, like, to the point where, like, he starts bleeding. And I forgot one of the early episodes. He's like, I like it when the red water comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And he's, like, bleeding. Because from slicing his finger open on... something rusty.
Yeah, a rusty nail. Yeah. Yeah, it's like weird. So it my mind automatically goes to like he's like mutated as some kind of nuclear fallout or some kind of like reaction to some kind of nuclear exposure or something like that.
From the war.
Yeah. And what I really think is still kind of ambiguous, and we can't really like pinpoint like an answer to. Like they tried to in the film theory, but there's some things that I don't really agree with and stuff. Is he seems to have like multiple personalities, and I think it's more so just as a result of just being isolated and alone.
Yes,
because you've seen like those old psychology studies where they isolate people and then they imagine people around them just to not feel alone, like Castaway.
And like Portal.
Yeah.
Going back to that, Doug Ratman, who was stuck in Aperture, you know, he had some kind of disorder anyway, some kind of like psychosis, and when he was off his medication, he saw the companion cubes as people. So, and that's from being alone and just wanting like, you know. Yeah,
and I think with Salad Fingers too, he, from the last episode he put out, it seems like he has a history of like like he was abused as a child.
Yeah, well that definitely explains it in the latest episode 11.
Yeah, and like that's kind of where his mental deterioration kind of started.
And that's probably why he doesn't own mirrors or anything, because when he looks in the mirror, he sees his abusive mother and like his, like, I'm not going to say himself, but his conscience, I guess.
Yeah.
Or some sort of like inner voice, you know, that lives in the mirror world with his mom. And, you know, that's probably why everything he owns is rusted and has no shine to it. He doesn't want to see that shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Someone said that in a comment. I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
He has rusty spoons. He has rusty nails. Everything is rusted. But in this episode, he had a shiny-ass mirror, and he could see himself in it, and, like, puddles, too. Like, there's no, like, really, like, water or anything around. And if you do see any, like, liquid, it's, like, murky. It's, like, gross, sludginess. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, the food is gross-looking, and, like, there's no, like, water.
Yeah.
You know, but
and the closest thing to water we saw were like puddles, and then like there was like a toilet in one episode.
Yeah.
And it's just him, and then he has like a flashback or something, and he gets like every time he's around water, he kind of like freaks out.
Yeah. To see himself.
Yeah.
So, and that could be a reference to like looking back into his past, looking back to his like true self.
Yeah.
And where his problems come from, which is a very great metaphor, you know, like using mirrors and like clear, you know, reflective things.
Yeah. Not wanting to look back. I mean, there is so much here to like go over and like play with. I could talk about it all day.
I mean, we've only been talking about it for 10 minutes, so let's get into it.
So, okay, there's 11 episodes. If you want to go watch them before we probably should have said that initially.
Yeah.
If you want to watch them before you listen to this, because we're going to spoil a lot of it, and we already kind of have.
Yeah. It's like an hour to watch all of it.
Yeah, it's like a little over an hour.
Yeah. It's like a movie, basically.
Yeah.
So, if you want to watch that and get some backstory and all that, go ahead.
Because I'm going to make references to different episodes, and if you don't know the episodes, go watch them.
Someone put out, I don't know if it was David Firth or someone put out all the episodes in one video.
It was him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So, I can link that below.
Yeah, and because of Patreon, he puts these on YouTube for free. Which is great, so people can actually watch them.
Right.
And I'm sure that this is monetized in some way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, some of like it gets a little gross, but it's nothing crude. Like there's no swearing, there's no, like it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
it's very funny how like, what I noticed, what happens a lot in these, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. In a lot of the cartoons, there's it's like the line between life and death is very blurred. Which is, I think, why I loved it in the first place, because I've mentioned this on the podcast before.
Yeah, how you're really like into like Tim Burton style stuff, where it's like life and death is just like,
it's all one thing. Like the living and the dead aren't two separate entities; they all kind of coexist together.
Which, by the way, a great way to introduce that to kids.
Yeah,
that's like fantastic.
Yeah,
you know,
let's show them like, oh, like death isn't final. Yeah. You know, don't freak them out at a young age. And if you think that, I'm not trying to get into a whole religious debate on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
But like, you know, sorry. But, you know, it's an easier way for kids to digest the idea of death, because it's a very, it's a horrific concept for full-blown adults.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's only horrific because we don't know what truly happens until we die.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Because we like to be in control and know everything, but that's something you just cannot control. You can't control when you die, how you die, you know.
When it's going to happen.
What happens when you die. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
And we don't like the unknown.
Yeah.
And
that's really complex for a child to understand.
Yeah. And I feel like Salad Fingers kind of reflects this a lot too, because his way of justifying his absolute isolation, his decrepit state of being, like all this horrific shit, is to make up, you know, he has finger puppets, he has scenarios, that he acts out himself, and he'll like narrate what people are saying, like when his brother Kenneth was just a corpse in the ground, came back from the war, he like narrated his dialogue basically,
right?
Because he couldn't, because he was a corpse.
Yeah.
So that was what I think initially drew me to the series, was that he kind of saw life and death as one continuous thing, and I really like that. Because, like I said, I went through a lot of death in my life, and I like knowing that, you know, they're still here in some way, even if it's a decayed corpse.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, we're gonna put them to rest. I have the memories, but like, what I really like about it too is that it's very simple. Because a lot of, if you watch cartoons now, there's a lot happening. There's like loud things and a million, and even like video games too, which is unrelated kind of. But if you play video games now, there's like 1,000 things on the screen at once. A million people going like back and forth. Oh, I just hit the mic. Sorry, Italian. I'm talking with my hands. There's like a ton of shit happening at once.
Yeah.
And then everyone has like ADD now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like a lot of gamers have ADD because they do like a million things at once.
Yeah, and they're so used to it. But I like with Salad Fingers, it's like, even just like the setting. Okay, so it's like his house.
Yeah, it's like in this literally like Courage the Cowardly Dog, like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
There's like a tree in his house. Yeah. And that's it.
And even in the house, very sparse, like no furniture or anything really. Like when there's an object that's like of relevance, that's what you notice. You don't notice the background. You don't notice like other things. There's not a lot there. It's like, no, this is the focus. And I really like that.
Me too.
Because, you know, some people may think of it as like boring and like simple or whatever. But when it comes...
simple's not bad.
Yeah. When it comes to telling a story or to like creating some kind of like atmosphere, especially in a cartoon, it's way more effective, I find, because especially in cartoons, when there's too much happening, you lose things, you know, because even I love SpongeBob, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But sometimes, especially like the newer episodes, there's so much happening that you miss. Like there's details that we missed from like 15 years ago.
I know, like literally, because now we watch SpongeBob on like Amazon Prime and everything. It's on there for free, by the way.
Blessed.
Prime, like Prime Video. Like we'll go back and watch episodes, and I'm like, oh my god, I never noticed that before. Like, well, no, this isn't recent, but years ago, we finally figured out what it meant in that episode where SpongeBob went to go pull the spatula out of the grease.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm pulling it from the ancient Greece. And they're talking about, like, ancient Greece.
Yeah.
You know, like, the actual
like
thing.
The country. Yeah.
And so I was like, and then he fights, what's his name? Not fights, but, like, battles King Neptune. And it's, like, all about Greek gods. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, now I get it as an adult.
But because there was so much happening, we were paying attention to, like, you know, everything else around it. And it's like, sometimes I feel like, especially when you're trying to make a point, especially that pun is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's so flawlessly executed too.
Someone wanted that episode just because they thought of that pun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that's why.
They built the episode around this pun.
Yeah.
But like, sometimes it almost gets taken away if you've got too many other things happening at once. And not even like things happening in the background physically, but just like, you know, too many people, too much like kind of crowding. And I always loved David Furt's like very simplistic and creepy style, because it's like I can see what's happening, you know, and there's like specific like visuals too. that always get me. Like, Mike and I were talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
The part where he, like, winds up his teeth like a...
Yep.
Like a... What's it called?
Like a Jack in the Box?
Like a Jack in the Box, and his eyes start going and stuff, too. Creepy.
Yeah.
Very simple way to make it creepy.
That's from the newest episode.
Yeah. Very creepy.
Yeah. You could tell the quality of it, like, jumped a little bit because that was, like, hyper-realistic almost.
Yeah. And it's great, you know?
Yeah.
Even...
Oh, sorry.
And that's the thing, too, like... Okay, from the first episode, which is the famous episode with the rusty spoons,
Mm-hmm.
to, like, the newest one, I mean, the quality is different, but the feeling is still the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very consistent like
Feel
and style.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he's never really changed the style up. It's like getting a new pair of glasses.
Yeah,
you know, that's basically what it is. It's like, oh, my eyes are a little bit worse, but like now I can actually see.
Yeah,
so that's basically what it is.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm so glad he didn't compromise the character style because it's such a strong like character style and like development.
Mm-hmm.
For him to do that, like if he did like a 180 and just like introduce like a new person or like change like his total design, like if Salfinger suddenly like the fingers were like human fingers, or like if he did something weird like that, totally would take away from the rest of the series.
Right. And like in the newest episode too, like one of his puppets that he has, his name is Hubert Cumberdale, and he
I just love that name.
And it's such a good name. And like he turned him into like a real boy, you know, using like flesh and everything.
Yikes.
And I thought that would be like, I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna pan out, but it panned out perfectly. Like it was really like helped the episode.
Well, because what he did, and this was smart, he just put the flesh over the puppet.
Yeah.
So we know that the puppet's still under there. This isn't a totally new entity.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and I wonder too, because in the theory video, and if you watch it, you'll see this, basically he thinks that Hubert Cumberdale was Salad Fingers before he became Salad Fingers.
Yeah, because Hubert Cumberdale got a lot of abuse. He, you know, Salfigur's treated him pretty poorly, like, through all the other episodes when he was in them.
And there's just, like, a lot of... They explain it more in the video if you want to watch it, but there's just a lot of clues that lead us to believe this. And what I thought was interesting, if this is true, and then he makes him a flesh boy, what does that mean about where Salad Finger's, like, mind is going?
Right.
Does he think... Is he starting to remember things? Is he going to have, like, a new... awakening? Like, I don't know what that's going to entail.
Or is it like repressed memories, like trying to make its way back, and he's still like repressing them?
Yeah,
but just like putting it out there on like different things
by physically covering it up with flesh.
Yeah,
like that's insane. And the flesh boy's disgusting.
Yeah, he sounds gross.
Yeah, it's the sound, like when you pick him up, he makes that like squishy pasta noise. I hate that
squishy
noise.
Pasta noise is like seen in a lot of those episodes.
Yeah, the sound effects get me sometimes.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh.
And even just like when people, you know, when Salad Fingers communicates with the few people that he actually interacts with, which are basically just like mutants, they are never saying, except for the little girl, which I'll get to in a second, they never say human things. They just make these horrific noises.
Yeah.
Like the one time Hubert Cumberdale actually says something, it's just the most ear-piercing scream.
Yeah, it's like, what does it sound like?
It sounds like static almost.
Yeah.
Someone like screaming through like a it sounds like a grindcore band. Honestly.
Literally, it sounds like a now Nath rock, I'm gonna say. Like they're not grindcore, they're more like black metal, but like listen to that band and like you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, I guess that's a good comparison.
The high screams.
Yeah.
You know.
That's literally what it sounds like.
It literally sounds like that.
And then there's
I'll link them below.
Another character that he refers to as Auntie Bainbridge at one point. I think it's a boy too, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And every time it's
an androgynous character.
Yeah. Every time they open their mouth, it's just like this weird like squeaky noise.
Yeah, like a screamy, squeaky noise.
Yeah. And it's crazy.
And its head floats up.
Yeah, it's like weird. And like the one time you ever heard someone like actually speak was that little girl. And
what episode was that? It was like,
that was the party one.
Yeah.
And she like came over and she ate all that disgusting food.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "What's wrong, Mr. Fingers? You don't like my mouth words?" I can't do a British accent.
Yeah. It's all British, by the way.
Yeah.
So we should probably mention that, too.
Yeah, David Firth is a British animator.
Yeah, so Salad Fingers has a British accent. Everyone's got a British accent.
Yeah. And he and then when he hears the girl actually speak, he like loses it. Like his mind he spirals and he like covers his ears, or what should be his ears, and he doesn't really have any. You know.
He just kind of just has a head.
Yeah,
and like a lanky body. He looks like Jack Skellington if he was green and a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Like lanky.
Yeah, like it's that lanky, like weird, like Slenderman, Jack Skellington-esque, like popular thing in the early 2000s.
Yeah, like green skin and yellow eyes. It's really weird.
That's like, isn't it funny how like for that time that was the silhouette of like the most creepy things?
I know.
Tall, skinny,
lanky, like...
That's when emo was popular. That's what everyone looked like.
Oh my god.
Isn't that funny?
Wow, I can't believe it was that long ago.
It was so, it feels like a different lifetime.
I know.
Honestly.
I feel like I lived a different life when I was going through an emo phase.
Oh god. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You definitely did.
I had to get through it.
I skipped the emo phase. I did like... I still do, though. Like the goth thing. Mm-hmm. Love goth music.
I liked it. Like, I still fuck with it, but like, I really went through an emo phase.
Yeah, you did.
Just for a little while.
You and our other friends in high school, and I was subjected to all the emo, and I just wanted to listen to fucking, like, Dissection.
Well, I listened to that, too.
I know, but usually when it was all of us hanging out, I was outnumbered.
Yeah, well.
So it was just like I was listening to All Time Low, and I'm just like, why?
To be fair, I didn't like them at all.
Yeah.
So.
I like that one song, though. Mm-hmm. Because it just makes me think of, like, you know.
Yeah.
Good things. Anyway, getting back to Salad Fingers.
Right.
After we packed our bags and went on a little nostalgia trip.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm unpacking.
No, you're not. You're going to wait another week to unpack.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's why I always really love Salad Fingers, because when I was younger watching this, I just thought, oh, creepy cartoon is cool. Like, I didn't really look too far into it, into the meaning. Isn't it funny how, like, when you're younger, you just kind of accept things how they are a little bit more?
Yeah, like, you don't have to, like, find
because
our brains aren't as complex as they are when we're adults.
I know, but don't you, like, miss that? Like, sometimes I wish I could just, like, watch something and just enjoy it and not have to be like, well, I wonder what the taxes were like, or whatever the fuck is happening. You know, it's like
watching cartoons. It's like mindless just stuff that we just watch.
Like, yeah. And even like in cartoons sometimes it's like they're doing laundry. I'm like, did somebody put the laundry away? Like that's where my mind
goes. It's like there's a dog that shows up and then disappears. I'm like, where's the fucking dog?
Yeah.
You know, I always do that.
When we were kids, we didn't care about any of that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes...
No, it's true.
Sometimes I wish my mind still worked like that a little bit so I could just enjoy things again. But, what I really loved about Salad Fingers was that every time I watched it, it still invoked that same kind of like weird, creepy feeling that it's supposed to have, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's his intent. That's David Firth's intent with that comic. He's like, he does like other stuff too, but he's really known for Salad Fingers.
Yeah. His other stuff is pretty good too, but...
Yeah.
But Salad Fingers? I mean, 10 out of 10.
There's nothing else like it.
It's true. Especially on YouTube now.
Yeah.
You know, there's animators and stuff on there, but everything's so...
Everyone's the same.
Yeah, everything's so similar.
It's like now they're storytime animators. So they're animators who animate different like stories about their life and stuff to be like... It's like an easy way out of like being like a storyteller YouTuber, but... having a little bit of a creative spin on it. And it's like, they're not bad artists or animators or anything like that. It's just, it's literally all the same.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Trying to be like quirky and awkward only gets you so far.
And here's the thing too. I hate like the quirky and awkward like thing. Because even if you watch commercials now,
Yeah.
like it's always like someone like doing something like slightly embarrassing, and you're supposed to like feel embarrassed for them
Because they want it to be relatable, so they think being quirky and awkward is relatable, but after a while, it's just annoying.
Yeah, it's like,
It's like, just be relatable.
dude, it's an Arby's commercial. I don't need to have a deep emotional fucking reaction to it. Just if you make good food, I'll go and fucking eat it.
Yeah.
You know?
But from Arby's, it's impossible because their burger... it's so fucking gross.
Yeah, but those curly fries though.
Yeah, the curly fries are good, but the sandwich... First of all, they're overpriced, and second of all, if you have a sandwich called Meat Mountain, no thank you.
Meat Mountain.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good name for someone's dick.
Yeah. Or just like a bulge. It's like, oh, I see that meat mountain in
Yeah.
there.
Oh God. But what the hell was I gonna say? Yeah, but you're right though, because like when you look at like modern like animations and stuff, it is very like watered down to like appeal to a broader audience.
That's
but,
like a whole other issue that we could get into, is about how everything is so fucking watered down now, and no one...
But that's David Firth. He's unwavering on how he does it. He's like, I'm going to keep doing it the same way I've always been fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And if people don't like it, they don't like it. But people clearly do, because he makes a killing on Patreon.
Yeah.
A killing. And that's why people go and donate to the Patreon. I would if I had the money.
Yeah.
Just because...
That's a direct investment to the person.
Yeah.
Like, Patreon takes like a small percentage of everyone's, you know, because they got to keep the website up somehow.
Yeah.
But like, pretty much all that money is his.
Yeah.
To do what he wants.
A lot of people respect that now, because a lot of people are fake and they're doing it just for views, and you can fucking tell.
And not only that, but YouTube's like algorithm and everything, and their AdSense is so fucking bad now. You literally have to find the small gray area to get ads on your videos now, because now this is like a whole issue. Like, there was a thing that came out about how if you're making child-friendly content and you're trying to advertise something to them, you could get demonetized for that. But then you also get demonetized for having blood, gore, and all this shit on your channel as well, and being like too offensive and saying too many swear words. So it's like, so where's the happy medium?
Yeah.
It's just dull, boring content that you can't sell to anyone. Like, you can't have child-friendly content, but you also can't have mature content. You just have to have whatever, you know? Like, people are still trying to find a balance, and it's like, it's ridiculous. It's like, one of these has to give. Either it's child-friendly or it's not, you know? We can't just have a gray area of nothing, because then it's boring, you know? So I'm so glad people like David Firth, like, still, like, put out stuff like this.
Yeah, and that's why he's doing it. So he has the Patreon so he can do the creepy shit.
Yeah.
And doesn't have to worry about... I don't think he... That's why I said, I don't know if his stuff is monetized.
I don't know.
Some of it
I know I said,
isn't.
oh, it probably could be, but I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
It might not be.
Because if it's graphic and stuff like that, but there's no language, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, strong language, it's usually just, like, cryptic, weird things.
Yeah.
But, like...
It's just weird imagery, which I don't know how YouTube works with that, but I think they go more off based of, like...
his views
verbal.
And stuff, because I think about it, too. Since 2007, he's been getting a ton of, I mean, an astronaut. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the channel really quick, and I'm gonna see how many like subscribers and stuff he has.
Okay.
He has,
well, once YouTube started like putting ads on their videos and giving creators money, I'm sure he was making good money for a long time before their shit got all messed up. What?
He only has 1.34 million subscribers.
Really? Well, you know, I could kind of believe that, because he's not really consistent with uploads. So
I thought he's like a YouTube legend.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been triple that.
Not every YouTube legend has a lot of subscribers, though.
Yeah, like even some of his stuff that isn't Salad Fingers related only has 516k views, 270k.
You know what? That's pretty good for having 1 million subscribers, though.
Yeah, which means about like half the people that he subscribed to watched it. I mean, that's still, I guess that's pretty good. But yeah, like I thought he would have had way more than that. But it is a very, like you said, it's a very niche thing.
Yeah, not a lot of people remember or seek out Salad Fingers, because like he was putting it like in 2008 especially, because I would check the dates. He put up episodes like a lot, but then there was like a big break and he came back in like 2013, and then another big break and he came back in 2019. So it hasn't been consistent. And now YouTube too, with their fucking whatever, you have to upload constantly and make sure the videos are between like 10 to whatever minutes long, or at least 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Or else people aren't going to watch it, and like it's not going to go through the recommended and everything. So it's literally probably just a matter of like his videos weren't popping up.
I think the YouTube algorithm is bullshit.
It like they have got to fix that.
Or get rid of it, because it's like it's impossible for me to find things sometimes.
Yeah.
Things that I know are on there.
And like not only that, but it's like YouTube always chalks it up to be like, oh, well, our automated system does blah, blah, blah. No, I'm sure there's real people looking at these videos, because tell me why when the original series with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star came out, it wasn't on trending.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was Shane Dawson. Someone at YouTube doesn't like him, which is fine. You don't have to like him, but didn't put him on the trending page. That was one of the biggest series in the last how many years on YouTube? One of the biggest videos anyways. And it didn't make trending? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like an inside thing. There's people, you know, behind the scenes manipulating it and like...
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, trying to like pass it off as like, oh, it's the system. The system's broken. We're trying to fix it. We're trying to do better. It's like, fuck the system, dude. Like, it's you. Like, we're not stupid.
Yeah, and like... What I really love about David Firth is that he literally has he just doesn't care about it. You know, he literally is just like, I just want to make cartoons, you know?
Right.
And like, what I really love about, you know, this series too in particular is like, it aged well, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, it, like, came out in, like, 2007. But there weren't any, like, references to anything in 2007. Like I said, this took place in, like, the 30s. Mm-hmm. Or around then, or whatever. I'm speculating. And, like, not only did the style age well, but, like, the content in it still holds up. Because it's, like, okay, quick side note, but kind of relevant. Laura and I, like, a week ago, watched a Dane Cook stand-up that came out like in 2006.
Oh yeah, it was Vicious Circle.
That did not hold up well.
No, some of the jokes in there,
dated.
Yeah,
bad. You know, but there's none of that with this, because there's some things that you watch and they like make references to like different memes and stuff that are relevant at the time that they're made.
Yeah,
but then like 3 years later, you're like, oh god, that joke is cringy.
Yeah,
you know. And it's just like, you don't have to worry about any of that with this. Mm-hmm. So I love like the style. I love the atmosphere it creates. And I wanted to talk more about like what's actually happening with him psychologically, but there's so much there. And it's just like the film theory video did a really good job at like explaining that. I think. Although I don't agree with a few things that, like, for the most part, I could get behind it.
Yeah.
Because
you can make your own opinions on it too.
Yeah. Like, go watch the series if you haven't already, and, you know, you can decide, like, what's going on here. Mm-hmm. Because I really think that there's, like, multiple personalities that he makes as a way to cope with isolation, which is what they kind of touched on in the video. Because that makes the most sense to me.
Right.
You know?
It's like when SpongeBob refused to go outside and he had chip penny and used napkin.
Yeah.
You know, same thing.
Those were his friends.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the video of someone dubbing that scene from Pulp Fiction over that episode?
No.
Oh my god. It is my favorite video on the internet. I can't recite what they say because it's very vulgar and graphic. But
like in literally last episode, we were reading Pornhub comments.
Yeah, he said the N-word like 5 times.
Right.
So I'm not going to do that.
I finger gunned it. Like, right.
You literally finger gunned me. So I'm not going to do that. Look it up. Look up SpongeBob Pulp Fiction. Mm-hmm. And it's the greatest thing ever. So, with that all being said,
right.
Salad Fingers is great.
It makes me think of like such like a time in my life. Like I grew with that series.
Yeah.
You know, it's rare to have something from it. How long ago was 2007? 13 years ago?
Yeah.
So like something to hold up for over a decade to just still like continually give you like the same kind of feeling. 'Cause like interests change, you know, you're different, like people change your interests all the time or whatever, and like that's fine. But it's like that's something that's always been like consistently like, oh,
well, this
familiar.
is also why too we've talked about this plenty of times on the podcast before. I love like NES games still and like arcade games and stuff because some like I said, some of the references are dated and stuff, but the setup and like the gameplay itself is just fucking timeless.
Yeah,
very simple. I feel like if you want something to be timeless, you have to be simple about it,
right? Because
anything too involved, too intricate, too whatever, there's things that can get lost. I feel
or too polished. Like the good thing about like NES games too, they had their faults.
Yeah,
it wasn't perfect, but that's what makes it so like special.
Yeah,
you know, everything now is so polished and clean and like put together, and it's like
it's just like perfect.
Yeah, it's like almost robotic, and it's like kind of
it's cold.
Yeah,
there's no character to it because you and I even still like we could start up fucking Anticipation right now.
Yeah,
and just that music that comes on,
it brings us right back.
It brings me right back.
That's why I want to like have an arcade, because like I would just put stuff like that in there, and it's like, wow, what a familiar time and like feeling. Is everyone born prior to like I'm gonna say like 1995, like remembers that stuff?
I would say 97 even.
Real? Oh, I guess so.
I would go like 97.
All right, so everyone born before 97 will get like some semblance of an idea, you know?
Yeah.
Of like what that feeling is, like that nostalgic, like, you know, nothing's perfect, nothing's clean feeling.
Yeah, because we were born in 92.
Yeah.
We were kind of like in that transitional between just like, we were like when technology was like rapidly like changing.
Right.
We kind of grew with it. Millennials. And so it was very easy for us to adapt because we've been doing it our entire lives. That's why we're the most technologically savvy people, except sometimes I get pissed and I rage and I break things.
Yeah,
but like a caveman,
that has nothing to do
with the thing. It's all me. But like so it's funny to see how like even with just like animation styles, you know, because you look back on like some of like those. I love the Beetlejuice cartoon, and that late 80s, early 90s style of cartoon is virtually gone now. And
it's like, okay, here's a good one. Disney movies. Think of when Snow White came out versus like when Tangled came out. How fucking different it is now.
Snow White was like the 50s or something.
No, that was like the 30s.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really early.
Maybe
that was probably she was the first Disney princess.
That's true.
So
it was Snow White.
And the poor girl who did her voice too, she could never act again. She like basically swore to Disney, you know, that she would only be Snow White, and that's it.
That's sad.
And that was her voice, just Snow White. So
sad.
But like think about like when Aladdin came out, you know, in like the 90s. Like how different it was.
Yeah.
Like it just...
And now, like, if you look at something like, I don't know, like Monsters, Inc. even.
Yeah,
like
well, that was Pixar. Pixar was a little more, like, clean.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, okay, how about Moana? You know, that came out a few years ago. That's a beautiful, like, movie. Like, aesthetically. Yeah. Some of the most beautiful, like, imagery and, like...
Was that a Pixar?
No. That was actual Disney.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was a beautiful looking movie.
Yeah, and obviously technology happens and like, you know, different software, different things. Yeah, I get it. That's very obvious. But like...
But Disney doesn't do like the Aladdin or like Little Mermaid style anymore.
Yeah, just think about like the different moods those invoke. You know what I'm saying? Like visually. Because, okay, even just like when I was in school for graphic design for a while. And one of the things that we learned was how like logos... When you change them, sometimes it can attract and then, you know, put off other people. Like when Google made their logo basically like 2D. Yeah. You know, it was like 3D, like nice, like Times, like kind of font or whatever. And people knew that. And then it came out with this simple, like sans serif ass fucking like...
Yeah, because, we wanted to be clean. Like a futuristic.
And but people thought it was boring. People thought it's like... Yeah. It invoked like a different mood. So that's what I like about things like this. And then there's other animators too.
Even like something as simple as like when iPhone changed like their whole interface to look different and look more like an Android. people lost their fucking mind.
Yeah.
This is like in 2013 or something, or 2014, after like Steve Jobs died.
Yeah.
And everyone knew like the Apple style. You know, it was like very different from everything else, but like, and it still is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel the same as it did how many years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like amazing how like subtle like changes to like, oh, well, we're making it look better, but it's like, it's not the same.
Yeah. And what I like, David Firth kind of figured out how to like stay consistent while meanwhile improving the quality, obviously, because the last few episodes, the quality is noticeably better.
Yeah.
You
if
know?
you watch it, you'll see.
Meanwhile, still keeping the same kind of like mood and tone and things like that. That's a very difficult thing to do. Like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Like,
People who could do, like Tim Burton too, like he could keep the same feelings in his movies like that and everything.
Well, he's had some flops. We'll just say that.
Well,
much.
I mean, yeah, but still, like think about the majority of his films.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
So that's why I really love this series mostly, is because he kind of figured out how to keep, in a world where change happens in every 3 seconds, he has managed to keep something consistent for so long.
Yeah.
And it's still effective, it's still creepy, it's still visually engaging, it still holds up.
Right.
That's almost unheard of. Something always seems to get compromised with, for lack of a better word, when you make content. Whether it's animating, movies, fucking just YouTube, whatever you're doing visually.
Yeah.
Something always gets compromised. Because it's like, you focus on one thing and then other things get lost. And I think that's why it's almost better that he takes all this time to make these. Because he pays attention to that shit. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't rush it and just put something out just for the sake of having views and fucking... He's literally... This is an art. He's treating it as an art form. Mm-hmm. The concept of art is just getting more watered down and thinner every fucking day.
Well, it is. And not even just art, but like music too, and like any art medium. Just like people don't want to put in the energy to be creative because they have programs to do that for you now.
Can I just say an unpopular opinion really quick as we're
Yeah.
talking about art? This is a big trend now, are those like pour paintings. Do you know what I'm talking about? The people that it's like that liquid acrylic and you pour on there and it's supposed to help.
Oh, right.
I am not a fan of that at all.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is, yeah, it may be therapeutic to do, but people that sell it and then call themselves artists legitimately, I mean, yes.
Yeah, you know who else could pour paint like that? An infant.
Yeah. It's like, yes, I know. Like, I know with abstract art especially, which I never understood. I fucking hate it. I'm more of a traditional art fan. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to invoke different emotion, like different colors are supposed to be symbolic of different moods and this, blah, blah, blah. But when I look at it, I'm very uninspired because it's just paint on a canvas.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, that's what I feel like there's a lot of that stuff. And like, I follow a lot of art pages, obviously. And I feel like that stuff is getting more and more popular. And like the stuff that I do, like the portraits and stuff, is getting less and less popular. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to buy it. Everybody wants to get that because, oh, it like matches my aura. It's like, what the fuck? You know?
I want the blue dot because it matches my aura.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I went and saw a medium. She said I have a blue aura. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know? Like,
yeah.
Dude, I could fucking... Do you know how easy it is to do that shit? Mm-hmm. Like, people want to
find someone's aura or like...
No, to paint.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. No, identifying an aura is not as easy, I'm sure. But that's there's a lot of... And then it's like those people get lumped in with people that, you know, are like David Firth. They take the time. They put a lot of effort into their craft. They're trying to make something intricate and beautiful and detailed and effective and simple. Like all these things. Like they're thinking about all these things. And yet they're getting compared to fucking Johnny son of a bitch who's just like, I'm going to throw paint on a canvas and make money. It's like, this is the problem now because
it's people trying to make something so simple way too complex.
Yeah.
And pass for it as like art.
And almost to like legitimize what they do.
Yeah.
You know? But it's not legitimate. I'm sorry.
Well, it's like music too. Like people, we have the technology now to make music sound better than it ever has been, which is great. But people know when you're using that technology versus using your own raw voice or fingers for like instruments or whatever.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I love a lot of like electronic music. I love a lot of synth. I love like some techno, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it should be there to enhance the music, not override it, pretty much. You know what I mean?
The garbage they play on the radio now is horrendous. That mumble rap stuff, the fucking trap shit, the fucking... everything's auto-tune, everything sounds like it was done on a laptop.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? A lot of it's garbage, but I'm sure there's like a few gems, like if we really sought it out, like, this is actually pretty good. But it's like, who has the time and energy?
Yeah, and that's the other thing that sucks about it too, is that it's so oversaturated now, because everyone thinks like, this is going to be my big break, and then I don't have to get a real job.
Yeah.
But it's like, even still, I would say about 99% of all the musicians that I know personally or have ever talked to literally have their day jobs and then they play music.
Yeah.
There is just no way to make money off of music anymore. The only money they make is the money they make back from when they have to print and do things themselves, like merchandise,
Yeah.
And record. Yeah. And very few times are they ever making more than they spend. Usually they break even, which is still... it's nice, but like...
But still,
it's just like, man, this is the problem. And that's why I was surprised at first that David Firth only has like 1.3 whatever million subscribers. But I'm not, because everyone, short attention span, they're probably just looking at what's on the homepage, watching that garbage.
And can I just say too, for the love of God, if you have a friend or a relative or someone who's trying to get into some kind of creative medium, don't lie to them and say they're good and inflate their ego.
Yeah.
Please be honest.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've been writing for a long time. I'm a writer. I love to write. I've always enjoyed writing. It's something I'm passionate about, but I don't really talk about because it's very personal. Some people like to share their art, and some people, like me, want to keep it a little more personal, at least like personal writing anyways. Like I could do it professionally too, obviously, which is one thing, but
right.
I don't really show my writing to people, but because people really aren't interested, but like if someone asks, I will show them. And like, every time like someone's like, oh, I really like it, you did great. It's like, that's not really constructive criticism. Like it's nice, but like I'm looking for criticism. If I'm showing you my writing, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I should be doing better. Not that everyone I'm showing to knows how to write, but it's like, who is better to get an opinion from than someone who doesn't really know a lot about it?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if they can pick up on the fact that I'm bad, then it's fucking bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why, like, I should have been meaner to like when exes would show me like their music and stuff, and like, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, your ex's music is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it is.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
Hot garbage.
I should have been meaner about it, but like when I genuinely enjoy something, I will tell you.
Oh my God. I know, like when I genuinely enjoy like my friend's stuff, I'll go buy everything. Like everything Patrick has ever done in his entire life, I think I own. And like Sean too, like all 17 bands he's been in, I own like everything. Like I just genuinely like love him as a guitar player. I love Patrick as a vocalist. Like they're my favorites. So I go and I support it. And I tell them that, and I'm like, dude, I know it sounds like I'm kissing your ass right now, but I genuinely
legitimately love your stuff.
Yeah. And then there's other people who will like send me stuff, and I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes I don't even acknowledge it. I just ignore it.
Yeah.
If you've sent me something and I've ignored it, that's why. Because like I don't like
it's it. Like I'll tell you if I like your band, but
yeah.
like if you want actual criticism, I could give that to you as well.
Yeah.
And and it's like,
but most people don't. They want to be coddled. They want to be reassured that they're great. But
then there's people who show like people like their music and their art and whatever, and they want criticism, and then people give it to them, and then they get mad. It's like, well, you asked for it.
Yeah.
It's like, don't ask for criticism and not expect to get something negative out of it. People just don't want to hear the negative, and they just want to be hyped up. But like, the more we do that, the more saturated and the more watered down everything's gonna get.
Yeah, because then you get all these talentless cocksuckers fucking clogging everything up. And it's just like, it's very hard to find gems because you got to sift through a bunch of fucking sand first. And it's just like,
and
man.
it's like, no, some of these talentless people that got, famous aren't, it's not because they're talented, it's because they got lucky. It's because they had a connection,
or because they're really pretty, or some, some shit.
It could be something else. Sometimes it might happen where it's like, no, they're truly talented, but sometimes it's just the fact that they have a connection, or they sucked a dick, or I don't know what the fuck they do, you know?
So, I know. And, so this is not about salad fingers at all.
No, we kind of went in a different direction with this.
But you know what? To bring it back there, David Firth listens to the fans. He sees that the fans like the consistency, so he keeps it consistent. And, that's like the struggle, too. And we've talked about this on the podcast before, between, maintaining your artistic integrity versus, giving in to what people want just to appease them. But
yeah, finding that balance is very hard.
It's hard, but here's the thing. It's not impossible, It's obvious, and because he's had so much success with Salad Fingers, of course he's going to keep it consistent. Right. But he did subtle things. Change doesn't always have to be drastic. That's what I don't think a lot of people realize. Change can be subtle. He, enhanced the quality. He added more, he added his mother in for that one episode, the last one he did. And it didn't take away from Salad Fingers as a character because it wasn't overbearing. It almost enhanced him as a character because we got to see what was going on. And that's just how he does it. It's incredible because a lot of people are so fucking retarded now. They don't know what the hell they're doing, even if you just watch people accept. I never really watch it, but you watch acceptance speeches and stuff, and people are like, "I'd like to thank God, thank you," and they're just like, "These people are robots." Yeah, they're not people. They don't give a shit. They just want to collect their shit and go home to their mansions and fucking count their money. They don't give a fuck about what they're doing. And maybe some people do. I don't know. I'm not a fucking psychic, but man. Just like David Firth, man. Yeah. He gets it. That's what I'm getting at here.
And there's a lot of people like David Firth, too. This is just the one we're talking about in this episode, obviously.
I'm sure if you have other examples that you want us to talk about on the show and you want to point me in the direction of, please.
It's like Ross from Game Grumps, dude. That he works hard as fuck.
Not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of his animation style because it's just not my style. But the motive behind it is great. But
he works hard as fuck on his stuff. He's making an entire cartoon pretty much, and he has been for years.
That's absurd.
Yeah, not a lot of people have the drive to do that
by himself. I said a while ago I was going to do that Beetlejuice tarot deck. I just don't have the time for it right now. That I'm not going to be able to finish that for years. Yeah, and that's even just a tarot deck. That's not even moving shit. Yeah, it's just I got to draw 76 drawings. How he does that in a week? Yeah. I just don't even have the time to do it. And it's just man, I give a lot of credit to animators. I really do. It's beyond anything I've ever done. Me doing a single portrait can take 1,000 years. So, on that note.
All right. I think we should cut it off here. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to ramble for another 10,000 years.
Oh my God.
I'm so glad we talked about Salad Fingers.
Yes, finally. And honestly, go watch the series. And there's a lot there, to speculate. But go watch that. Go watch the film theory. Kind of, take what we said into consideration, form your own opinions, or just don't care. I don't give a fuck. I just wanted to talk about this. Right. So, with that being said, we're going to put your song in.
Yeah. Because I was going to do a Dismember song, but I'm going to save that for next time, is I have to put the song in, because this is all I've been listening to for 3 days straight.
And I put them on the podcast a few episodes ago.
Yeah, Molchat Doma, who is incredible. This band is fantastic.
And they're going to be in our area in a few months, right before our birthday. And we're going to fucking go.
We're doing it.
We're going to go and do it. We're going to go to Brooklyn and see them, and I'm going to goth dance all fucking night. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's going to be so good. I told my boyfriend, who's coming literally right for my birthday, I'm I'm going to goth dance the night away. Yep. And then the next day, Uncle Acid's playing in Hartford, so it's We gotta go to that too.
I mean, we're gonna go to both. I don't give a fuck how tired I am. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. I will walk there if I have to.
I know, right? We're gonna go see Uncle Acid because we would be stupid. I miss them every time they come around.
I know,
but now
it's like not even that far from us.
Yeah, but now we have to.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
We're doing
so excited.
Yes.
But okay, we'll put them in again,
and
you can goth dance for the rest of the episode.
This one it's not as upbeat as some of the other stuff. This is a little bit of on the like the darker side, but that's why I like it. It's like I feel like I'm going through a tunnel at night.
Yeah,
you know, like down the highway. Just like yes,
or like how did you say it? Like an underground level?
Yeah, it's like an underground Zelda level. You know, where you're in the cave or whatever, like in the NES one, and it's just like you'll see what I mean when you listen to it.
It's great. So we're gonna put that in. Thanks for letting me talk about one of my obsessions.
Well, both of us.
Well,
ow.
Oh, sorry. Probably maybe me a little bit more so.
Yeah, true.
It's definitely like one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get a salad fingers doll soon. Very excited about that.
Really?
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
The same girl that made my Alice doll.
Oh, yeah.
She makes salad fingers.
I love that.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to cuddle with salad fingers.
Great. Looking forward to that.
At almost 28 years old, I'm going to go buy toys. It's fine. But, okay.
We'll see you next time. I don't know what the fuck we're going to do.
I don't know either. We'll come back with something.
Yeah. You'll see us.
Yep.
In probably like a couple weeks, maybe.
Yep.
Yay. 2 weeks. Yes.
What?
2020. What a good year.
Keeping it going.
Keeping it going.
All right. We'll see you later, everyone.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye.